Alright, I haven't found any secret skooma stashes. So maybe she's just that good at hiding them. I did see a sack down by the river. It was just Serene's satchel from Dawnguard. So, not what I was looking for. I even looked inside it. It was just dwarven gyros. Oh, look, we got some saber cats over there. Alright. On to the Blackbriar Meadery. Another saber cat. Man, you guys are gonna get murdered by all these cats. They want the skooma.
So you can cast a few spells. Am I supposed to be impressed?
You're supposed to shut the hell up. Hi, how are you? Nothing to see here. Nothing suspicious about me. Or that car you heard outside. What's a car? Don't worry about it.
Ah, there you are. The natives were getting restless waiting for the porter to deliver the mead. And if there's one person you don't want to see restless, it's Maven Blackbriar.
Of course not.
Is that the case? Perfect. I'll go ahead and take that.
How's the party coming along? What are your thoughts on Mogo's Mead?
No, I don't know much about it. Other than the song, of course. That always puts the tavern folk in good spirits. I'm just surprised Maven was willing to put anything other than the name Blackbriar on one of her products.
Well, her name's a little tainted.
Asgeir must have insisted, and the profits wouldn't be too shabby either. People would be obliged to drink it, just so they can sing along.
Actually, I'm not the porter. I switched the bottles with skooma. Do you think he's gonna think I'm joking? If I say this, is it one of those things where it's dumb enough to work?
Now that would make for an interesting party.
Yep.
Although I imagine we'd all be dead come morning.
Yep.
Maven doesn't have a sense of humor when it comes to practical jokes. The rest of them aren't much help either.
Well, you and me, Devrin. You and me. How's the party coming along?
Splendidly. Although we're still waiting on the main course, so to speak. And that's where you were supposed to come in.
'Cause I'm the damn
Maven
meal.
would have been rather embarrassed if those two troubadours didn't burst into song and stall for time.
No, the troubadours? Oh no, Beatrice. And Urzug.
Oh, she's plenty incensed already. Hopefully those troubadours really do know the Poetic Edda.
Oh no.
That would put even Maven Blackbriar to sleep.
Oh boy. We're in trouble.
Zora's wisdom to you,
An
friend.
old
We're
ancestor
in
of
trouble.
mine once owned the old Mogo's Mead brewery here in the Rift.
Is that so? Mogo's Meadery right here in the Rift? Learn something new every day,
It was
don't
by
you?
far the most popular mead of the day. Far more influential than Blackbriar mead.
Hey, don't look at
But
me
you didn't
that
hear
way.
that from me.
Who are you to judge me?
I didn't look at you anyway, ma'am. I was just looking at you briefly to be like, oh, hello. You know, you see someone, you
Asgeir
do a little
invited
nod.
me as sort of a tribute to the original Mogo. Although I don't think Mogo was ever an actual person. To be frank, to me that's all ancient history. But I'm not foolish enough to turn down a request from the Blackbriars.
Of course not. Is the party here, or is it going to be in the keep? Or in the inn? It's probably going to be here. In the meadery itself. Or not. Never mind. I lied. Oh, here we go. Here we go. It's party time. Makes sense it would be at the manor.
All right, we're here. Oh, why don't you introduce yourself to the other help while I talk to Maven?
I'm an important person and deserve a seat at the table. You're like, you brought us the mead. What other help?
Oh, right, the servers were dismissed. You can talk to the troubadours. The orc doesn't say much, but the other looks amiable enough. Just talk to her, and make yourself look busy. All right, we're here. Oh, why don't you introduce yourself to the other help while I talk to Maven?
Yeah, you do that. There she is.
Yeah, what do you want?
Why,
This is about
hello,
the meadery. We
stranger
can
who
talk
I've
later.
never met before. I hope you're enjoying the party.
So, I guess I'll speak first. As the descendant of one of the original brewers of Mogo's Mead, I am pleased to be here at the table today. Everyone knows the bard's song, Mogo's Mead, but few have tasted the richness of the drink that inspired it. Now, thanks to the generosity of one Maven Blackbriar, they can. Of course, some say what makes Mogo's Mead so special isn't the honey, but a secret ingredient imported from outside of Skyrim.
Moon sugar.
What is that secret ingredient?
Well, I only know what I've heard in the old tales.
I don't even want to know.
Oh, come on now, Maven. If you despise the mead so much, why even sell it?
To
For
collect a
money.
larger share of the market, with minimal cost.
Ha ha! I guess that's as good a reason as any. To profits then, and the continued success of the Blackbriar Empire! Troubadours, how about a song?
Sing us Mogo's Mead!
Drink up, my boy. Drink to those who have fallen. May their souls find their way to Sovngarde.
Alright, you gotta calm down, sir.
Just
You're cut
when you
off.
think things couldn't get any worse.
Right?
I knew myself a maiden fair with emerald eyes and fire-red hair. She owned a tavern by the sea and served warm drinks of mellow honey. Drink ye merry, drink ye thirsty, bring thy crew and revel freely. For one thing we're all agreed, that Mogo made the finest mead. Mogo's mead, Mogo's mead, the only drink we'd ever need. Take a flask and take a seat, and drink thyself a sweetie treat.
This might be skooma.
Oh, sorry.
Somehow I doubt that. It's a bit melodramatic, even for you.
Izub, perhaps it's best we make a strategic exit.
Okay, that makes you look suspicious.
Run!
That makes you look suspicious.
In the world? By the gods, those troubadours, they were skooma addicts. They must have broke into the meadery and switched the cases.
Yes, it was them! It's a good thing Maven refuses to drink anything but Blackbriar Mead. Does this mean Mogo's Mead won't go into production? How do you know what skooma tastes like?
All right, I admit, I experimented with the substance in my youth. No more, though. I've gotten my act together. All it took was father threatening to take away the family fortune. In any case, we need to clear this table of Mogo's Mead. As far as I'm concerned, they're better off at the bottom of the lake. Volwolf, I'm going to need to take that drink off your hands.
What are you doing?
I think you've had enough. Moreover, I don't think those bottles are entirely safe to drink.
You stupid lizard.
Whoa!
I'm not going to warn you again.
He's not a lizard!
Lizard? Who in Oblivion are you talking to?
Father, do me the honor I deserve. as
In honor of your service in battle, I am hereby granting you permission to purchase property in Riften.
All right,
Talk to my
now you're not
steward.
making any sense. And please, for the love of Mara, put down the knife.
Ah, stab it right in the face.
If you attack him, I swear to God. Oh, and now you're just gonna drink more.
Ah, a fellow Nord. I trust you're bringing the fight to the Empire.
Alright. Let's go see our troubadour friends.
Izub, does this skeever look overcooked to you? It would not be prudent to burn the steak of our honoured guest.
No, you can burn
Where is it? I lost sight of it again. I need another drink.
Ah, Our gallant champion returns. What news do you have of the party? I take it all went well.
Not exactly. It was fun. Volwolf drank a lot of skooma.
A resounding success on all fronts then, for with Maven halting production, it will leave our business as the one true flavour of Mogo's Mead.
And what is the future of Mogo's Mead?
The future is sparkling bright, for now the Great Whale is no longer a detriment to our vision. The citizens of Sillescu's Girl will begin production immediately on bottles of Mogo's Mead and distribute them throughout the Reach. For your part in this ordeal, I offer this reward. A large sum of gold and a fortune in wisdom. Take it and be cleansed.
Oh yay, more Mogo's Mead and 10 gold. You really know how to make a guy feel welcome. You really know how to make a guy feel special.
It's a wonderful home, my love. With the world at peace. I might even settle down and start a store. But only when we aren't adventuring.
Oh, you're gonna open a store too? I guess everyone does, so it makes sense. What is it?
Well, we have traveled for quite some time from one end of Skyrim to the other, and I have found you are a very capable fighter. As I am still an amateur, I was wondering if perhaps you could give me some instruction.
What did you have in mind?
I was just thinking, I developed most of my habits fighting alone. Now that you are here to save me, I thought maybe I should change my tactics. I usually cast oak flesh, but it takes up nearly half of my magicka. With you fighting beside me, maybe I should use an ice spike instead to slow our enemies.
I don't care, just don't get in my way. As long as you have good aim. Perhaps it's symbolic more than anything. As long as you have good aim.
Oh, you're right. I would be very sad if I stuck you in the back. You might think I did it on purpose.
You'd get all my money.
But what are a few scars here and there?
Fair.
Right?
Fair. Oh, and then I can move us whenever I want, too.
Alright.
How nice. I just wanted to check in on you.
Knight Commander, please. I will do everything I can to exonerate you. But you must tell me what really happened that night.
Oh?
Hiram, my boy. Have you ever wondered?
Yes, Knight Commander?
Have you ever wondered how they coax the bees to make such delicious honey?
Oh.
This mead is rather delectable. You should stop being such a bore and try some. Innkeeper, another round of mead for the Knight of Thorns.
Knight Commander, I know you wish not to defy the Countess's decree, but you cannot sit here and perpetuate this injustice. You are an honorable knight, and the most gallant elf I have ever known.
Leave me. Oh, there once was a lady as fair as an evening.
I'm sorry the Knight Commander has been such a bother to you, stranger.
How do you know that? How do you know he's been a bother?
Nevertheless, I assure you, the elf you see there is not the one I know. Erevan was a true knight, and a paladin without peer. It is a shame that he will be forever known as the Knight of Thorns, and not the White Rose of legend.
The Knight Commander has been pleasant company. I prefer him this way. If he wishes to remain in exile, you do him no favors by bringing up the past.
Yes. He insists on acting out of character because he believes such actions are noble. If he were to profess his innocence, such a scandal would not only divide the public, but damage the credibility of the court. That is why we must find undeniable proof of his innocence. But I admit, at this point, I am grasping at straws.
Everyone, stay inside. Those bloody knights are back again.
Knights? What warriors sworn to service would do the townsfolk harm?
Pardon me, my lord. I meant no offense. This group belongs to no jarl or king. They're just a bunch of lowlifes calling themselves the Knights of the Eighth. They go around from town to town trying to collect protection money. Meaning, if we don't pay, they're going to come back tonight and raid the village.
What about the town guard? I saw a few patrols when I entered.
A handful of guards can't stand up to a couple dozen bandits, and the Jarl's men are stretched thin enough as it is.
Then fortune favors our meeting. I am a member of the Order of the Rose, the personal guard of the Count of Shadenhall. I will see to it that these brigands are brought to justice.
Wait, where are you going?
I guess I'll help. Do you want to help us?
What is it?
No, you don't. Of course you don't. There's no meat in it for you. No, hear him. Get back out there. What are you doing? Hear him! Oh, let me go shop the knights. Fine, I'll do it.
Alright, citizens.
What the?
Time to pay up. There's a lot of danger out there, and protection doesn't come cheap.
You know, just the other day, I think I
Hear him?
saw a
There
group
you
of
go.
rowdy bandits coming up the river. I can't be sure, but they were saying something about burning your homes and raping all your women.
Not my women!
Are you sure they were just bandits? Are you sure they weren't vampires too?
I think you're right. Some of them had fangs and such. Probably a whole clan of vampire bandits coming to Coinsgrove to suck everyone's blood.
It's my blood. You can't have it.
You heard the woman. Pay up. Unless you all want to become a bunch of homeless nightwalkers.
If you ruffians are through listing your demands, allow me to propose a counteroffer. Remove your weapons and surrender yourselves to the guard, and I will refrain from removing your heads.
Looks like one of the bandits got here early. And do you know what the Knights of the Eight do to bandits?
Let's show him.
Every time, everyone's always like, oh, this guy won't be too hard. This guy won't be too tricky. I hope I didn't hit Hiram with that. You get back here. Haha, down you go. Oh, I didn't even see that mage over there. I'm just making sure I don't hurt anyone that I'm not supposed to. I'm being very careful because we've had too many issues with that now.
Thank you for your assistance. Your skill in battle is praiseworthy. However, we are not alone. As you can see, the townsfolk are ready to defend Kynesgrove. They simply require someone to lead them. It is for that reason I risked taking on 3 bandits, knowing that mortals are inherently virtuous, and that reinforcements would soon arrive.
You fool, when the bandits realize what happened, they'll return with an army. That was a risky gambit. Your actions were brave and your faith rewarded. I reckon you could have vanquished them without much help at all. I would say it was risky. What if the townsfolk had died?
Not at all, Sirrah, for I have wagered on the mortal's soul countless times, knowing that the scales always tip towards the righteous. I believe the same is true of the Knight Commander. Perhaps this will be the cause that restores his memory.
I'll try convincing everyone to aid the townsfolk. I'm afraid the Knight Commander is a hopeless drunk. We can't count on him.
Ah, so you wager that the darkness in his soul outweighs the light. I cannot disagree more. However, I fear my presence only reminds him of his past, and prevents him from shedding the shame of his exile. If you would speak with him, perhaps somewhere in that field of gloom, you will find a stray petal of white.
Tell me about him.
They called him the White Rose. In the Order, there are those who have flawless technique, and those who simply get results. With the Knight Commander, it was more than just his skill with the blade. It was the elegance in which he wielded it. Every movement was poetry, like a dance of swords. Not only that, but it carried over into everything he did. His clothes were spotless, his manners were pristine, and he spoke with a dictation that would make nobles sound like paupers. He was more than just our leader, and he was more than just a knight. He was immaculate. divine.
I loved him. He was my brother. What are your recollections of the night the Countess was assaulted?
We were fast asleep at the lodge when it happened. The guards claim he approached them at night, indicating he had trouble sleeping, and asked if he could relieve them of their posts. The assault occurred about an hour later, with the guards at the tavern, by a knight in white armor. Only the steward witnessed the attack. None of us believed it. The knight commander would not act so recklessly. However, the armor the assailant wore was indeed his. There was no mistaking the blood that covered its breastplate when we found it the next morning. Good luck. Hopefully you can convince him to be true to himself.
I hope so too. But I feel like that's going to be a little tricky. He is pretty sauced.
What is it now? What do you ask of the Knight of Thorns? Murder? Theft? Fornication? I'll have you know that I am no ordinary scoundrel, but a master of all three.
I ask that you lend your blade to save this small village. Not even the worst scoundrel will do nothing and watch these people die. You're pathetic. Worse than that, you're a coward. I'm in need of a scoundrel to join the bandits in the plunder of Kyne's Grove. No. Feel like he needs some tough love. You're a coward.
You forgot, filthy, lewd, and drunk out of his wits.
Damn it.
Although, I do admit, cowardly has a nice ring to it.
He's getting turned on right now.
If there is one thing the Knight of Thorn truly fears, it is sobriety. Another drink, innkeeper.
Oh, he outsmarted me. You're putting your own pride ahead of the safety of the villagers.
They say selflessness is what makes a knight. We are sworn to serve, prepared to give one's life for what is right.
Fuck?
I live in exile as a traitor, for that is my role. That is how I serve.
I legitimately jumped.
To do right by some, and will do wrong by others. So, go, and leave this selfish cur.
Oh, I don't think it got captured at all by that, but when the fuck did, Xbox Live Game Bar, whatever the hell it's called, activate itself on my desktop? I've never gotten those notifications before. It gave me a fucking heart attack right there. Sorry about that. I will lower both my audio and the little notification sound. Shouldn't have scared me, but just the sound startled me. Hiram and I still believe you will answer the call.
When I was a child, they said my bones were too brittle to be a knight. I was afflicted with an illness that left me a dry, wilted rose.
My pa runs this town, and you're going to be in big trouble if you mess with me.
I'll kill you.
Perfect. If I could somehow manage to parry every blow. They were right. I am broken. And all it took was a single mistake. What is it? Away with you.
Okay, I didn't know if I had to talk to him again. That's always one thing with these quests. I never know if I need to do more. You don't know if you're supposed to leave it on that note or if you're supposed to talk more to them.
No luck, I see. I am still hopeful the Knight Commander will join us, but for now, we need to prepare without him. I have recruited some of the townsfolk to help build a few rudimentary defenses, although we only have so much time. I wanted to get your opinion before we begin. Do you think it would be wiser to construct barricades or traps?
Barricades will slow their charge and give us more time for strategic adjustments.
Indeed. More importantly, it will allow us to divert most of our forces to the rear flank. which is our most vulnerable point of entry. Roggy, I need you to gather the other miners and bring them here so we can start building our defenses.
Oh, there you are. Wait, no, that's...
we need your alteration talents to protect those in the front line. Defense of the villages is our priority.
Tough. I'll bet I could take you.
I hope the bandits kill you.
And what about the Knight of Thorns? Surely you can find use for one who knows the mind of his enemy.
Oh!
Knight Commander, I always believed that virtue would win in the end.
You are
mistaken.
mistaken.
I told her about the vampires and how much they would pay me for her.
I am not who you think I am.
That is rich.
It is possible I never was.
She's a girl.
Still,
I was
even
worried
a
they were
broken
behind
elf
me.
may be of some use.
Not an easy world out here.
My fallen corpse could trip a bandit or two as they march upon this village.
Of course, Knight Commander. You will have your place on the front lines, as always.
Thank you, Hiram.
I just want to see his white
All right,
armor.
Everyone, you have your orders.
I know he doesn't have it anymore, but I want it.
As for you, I suggest you get some sleep. We will need all our warriors well rested and focused on the battle.
Alright, well... let's take a nap.
Mining is hard work, but we pay a fair price for any ore.
Now here's a man I'm glad to see.
I thank you. I'd like to rent a room.
Sure thing. It's yours for a day. I'll show you to your room. Right this way.
Yeah, I know where it is. I know. But I'll pretend that I don't know.
Let me know if there's anything else you need.
Oh, this bed! Oh, thank you. I thought it was going to be one of the other two. I'm so glad we got that cleared up. I do feel well rested. Oh, you
now
you
here's
got
a
that
man
dagger.
I'm glad to see.
Thank you. I do want Kiel to just go up to the bandits and be like, "My pa runs this town. You'll be in big trouble," and they just gut him. I'd be okay with this, honestly.
I trust you had a good sleep?
Never mind that. How are the preparations? The bed was cold and uncomfortable, but I managed. I slept well, but I should have been here to help.
Ah, spoken like a true Knight of the Rose. With you and the return of the Knight Commander, it seems the reports of chivalry's death were premature.
They were greatly exaggerated.
I thank you again for convincing him to join the fight. I believe he asked to speak with you. You'll find him up there on the hillside.
Not an easy world out here. Keep at it.
I hope you die.
My pa runs this town.
I swear to God. Why did they make so many characters in Skyrim just like flat out unlikable? Was it intentional? Was that their goal?
I want to thank you. I was a fool. Part of me tried to convince myself I was protecting the Countess. But in truth, I was ashamed.
What do you mean?
When the White Rose was stained in blood, I became a fraud in the eyes of the people. And yet, in the eyes of the gods, I committed no crime. I could have remained unsullied, a rose without thorns. But instead, I chose to debase myself.
And why do you think that is?
Perhaps I cared more about the title of being virtuous than the ideals themselves. When I was a child, they said I had to be perfect if I wanted to become a knight. The person you see before you is far from perfect, but when it comes to my knighthood, I will do my best to prove them wrong.
Well said. When the day is done, no mortal will be able to defy your knighthood. Just take it easy. You're useless if you slip and break your legs. No. Let's keep it nice.
Yes. Whether they think us roses or thorns, we are, in the end, knights of Shadenhall. Huzzah, my friend. And?
Are we under attack? Is this how it begins? Bandits? Are the bandits here? I mean, he's just gonna walk back towards town, so I guess let's just wait in town. Everyone ready?
Mining is hard work.
Everyone feeling
But we
good?
pay a fair price for any ore you dig up.
I hope so, at least. We'll just stand here and watch him come over the mountainside. And by mountainside, I mean literally that hill that's a foot tall. But then the trumpets will play and we'll say, "There's our knight of white roses!" See, there he is. There's our knight of white roses! Everyone then cheered. And that man's name was Albert Einstein. Well. Are we ready then? Is this... What do?
We're one of the same kind, you and I.
What do?
I'm glad to have met you.
So out of curiosity, I decided to wait until he actually made it back to town before speaking with him, because maybe the trigger for whatever comes next just didn't activate because he was too far away, because he says, and it cuts off. Maybe the bandits are supposed to attack at that point.
I want to thank you.
So this conversation is supposed to spawn the bandits, and for whatever reason, I guess it's just not. I'm not sure if he's just too far from town or what, but...
Huzzah, my friend. And...
Yeah, I don't... I mean, I could just use set stage and everything to move the quest along. I'm trying to not.
I will do my best to prove them wrong.
What if I need to use the other dialogue line? What if that'll actually fix this?
I assure you, the days when I was of brittle bones are long past. It is only my mind that seems easily fractured. Yet as I overcame one affliction, I will try once more with this one. Huzzah to you, my friend, and... What? They're here!
Oh, there we go, we did it! I don't know if it was a matter of having him in town, if it was a matter of using that other line. They still didn't spawn.
Good day to you, friend.
They still didn't spawn. Alright, so I have to spawn them then. Well, we made some progress this time. We made more progress this time. So for what it's worth, I looked online, and other people were saying they had the exact same problem with this quest, and they couldn't get it to work without resorting to using console commands. So that makes me feel better. Also, the fact that they didn't find any other solution either. It doesn't seem like everyone's able to fix this, so... At least I feel better about it, you know? Oh, more bandits? Okay. This time there's more bandits spawning in. Last time we didn't have that many spawn in. So maybe this time it's actually working. Fingers crossed, guys. Fingers crossed.
Knight Commander, the town is safe with nary a casualty.
Perfect.
Yes, and the people have you to thank, Knight of the Rose. You do the Order proud.
The credit goes to you, as I have all my life. When faced with a decision, I needed only follow your example.
No, Haram. You are your own man. And as I am no longer a Knight of the Rose, that is true now more than ever. Give the Countess my regards.
What will you do now, Knight Commander?
I do not know. Perhaps I will follow our friend here. Not every knight serves a court. Some simply serve the greater good. Well, what of it, adventurer? Will you take the Knight of Thorns as your squire?
Aww. See, I don't want to take him with me, but wouldn't that be anticlimactic? It's like, no, I don't. Oh. I would be honored.
As would I. Call on my service, then, when you need me. Until then, I will do my best to flush the poison out of my body. And know that regardless of whether you seek my blade, you will forever have my gratitude.